which is chaired by Honorable Chief Minister. And this board actually is a nodal agency for all infrastructure projects. So all large infrastructure projects go through this board at the conceptualization stage, at the DPR stage, up to the approvals and allocating to a particular department when it is mature for tendering. So up to that stage, the infrastructure board takes this set of projects to this. And then but it does not operate as a financing vehicle. It does not, in the sense that it doesn't borrow, it doesn't go for float bonds. It is a purely organizing, it is for organizing the projects, for preparing the projects from scratch to maturity, and from there taking off for implementation. The second aspect, second important organization which we have is for financing side of the infrastructure projects. Apart from government financing it directly from the budget to as grant for implementation of various infrastructure projects, we have an organization called Tamil Nadu Infrastructure Finance Management Company, which is TNIFMC, which is the precursor to what Kerala has now done. So this is a company, is an asset management company which handles SEBI registered funds, and we have already registered 2 alternate investment funds. The first one was for the Tamil Nadu Infrastructure Fund, which aims at something like mobilizing about 20,000 crores of funds, and we have already mobilized commitments from international investors of about $300 million, slightly more than $310 million, and the funds are now flowing in. We are in the process of deploying them into various projects, infrastructure projects. These are all equity and equity-like investments. They are not pure loan investments. And we also have registered another alternate investment fund, which is the Tamil Nadu Shelter Fund. That is for promoting affordable housing in the state. And apart from this, as I said, most of the roads are already under PPP mode. We have specialized SPVs for that purpose. We have the Tamil Nadu Road Sector Road Development Company, which develops roads all on PPP mode. So these projects, usually the government of Tamil Nadu does not use these vehicles as off-budget borrowings sources. We do not use because we are quite conservative as far as the fiscal stance of the state government is concerned. We do not encourage borrowings, off-budget borrowings, and providing through budget for repayment of loans. Instead, we focus on the VGF model, where we provide VGF one time, then and there, whenever it is required, and so that it does not become an off-budget borrowing. So in that model, we have a large number of road investing company, road development. We have TNRVC, we have a few more vehicles like that. Similar is the case for the IT infrastructure development, the Tidal, and the other organizations. And so unlike Kerala and other states, we are very conservative as far as the fiscal stance is concerned. We ensure that our fiscal deficit does not cross 3% at any time, and we avoid off-budget borrowings. So I think there are only 2 states which are conservative like this, we and Karnataka to some extent, and of course Gujarat is doing well. So Gujarat is a leading state. Maharashtra is also doing well. Then as far as the investment opportunities are concerned, in roads, as I said, there are very good investment opportunities in Tamil Nadu for construction of new roads on TOT basis or BOT basis. We have for maintenance of existing roads. We have actually private participation in maintenance of existing roads. So we have divided states. We have taken district at a time, and in each district we have identified those the major roads, the entire thing as a package is given for upgradation and maintenance for 5 to 8 years. So that is the model which is adopted, and this has improved the efficiency of maintenance of the roads and the qualities of the roads. Then we have the intelligence transport systems, investments in intelligent transport systems. Then we have a restoration of existing bridges. Then through airports, yes, we are planning to develop a greenfield airport for Chennai, so that's a very big investment potential there. And then development of MRO facilities, modernization of existing airports. The ports, again, we have a lot of investment opportunities. Apart from that, we are also developing in Chennai, where there is a major investment opportunity coming up, where we are developing Chennai, Tamil Nadu Commerce Hub, where we intend to develop, bring in landmark infrastructure facilities, develop Chennai Commerce District within Chennai, the business district or the commerce district within Chennai, and upgrade it to international standards, have some landmark buildings like this, and provide for multi-level parking, provide for sports infrastructure, special for sports pay for your sports infrastructure and other investments. So I just kept my presentation short. I knew it will get delayed. I knew it will come close to the lunch hour, so I didn't want to keep the presentation long. But the point is that in Tamil Nadu we are actually focusing a lot on infrastructure with PPP approach, and private participation is a very important aspect in Tamil Nadu. We have provided, and we have been successful in that, substantially successful in that. And Tamil Nadu is, as you know, is an industrial state, substantially industrial state. We have very good manpower, technical manpower within this state, and our strength is human resources that we have developed over last 50 years. We would, if there are investors here, we would invite them to come to Chennai. Unlike Tamil Nadu, unlike Andhra Pradesh, which has a board to coordinate with investors, we have what is called Tamil Nadu Guidance Bureau. This Guidance Bureau is the organization which is the first stop for any investor, and they actually implement the Tamil Nadu Business Facilitation Act, which is the equivalent to the Infrastructure Act of Andhra Pradesh, which provides for similar timelines like 21 days timelines for all approvals. And if anybody gets in touch with Tamil Nadu Guidance Bureau, then they give the entire escort services to them. In fact, we have developed a system where each officer, a senior IS officer, is actually allotted about 10 industries to follow after they initially contact the Guidance Bureau. So in fact, I am escorting about 10 officers, and so are many other officers escorting 10 industries, and so are many other officers escorting industries in Tamil Nadu. And that has really been very helpful for the industries, because they don't have to interact with others. They simply discuss with us, and then we coordinate. We are able to sort out a lot of things amongst us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you also for giving me a buffer of 5 minutes. I am going to use it for Q&A extra. So a few questions from my side, and I will take some questions from Flo. Which sectors in Tamil Nadu, infrastructure sectors, have got reasonable private investment or interest? Have got reasonable private investment? Which sectors have been, and where do you feel are the gaps? Which sectors still?
As I said, we have done a lot of We have had a lot of investments in roads.
Right.
Roads was a major. There were a lot of investments already, and apart from that, power sector is another side. And ports, of course, ports is also yet another sector. And now we are concentrating also on urban. See, our Tamil Nadu is one of the largest urbanized states. We have more than 55% of population in urban state already,
and it's increasing day by day. And we are focusing on urban investments. Now the focus is shifting to urban investments now. And the urban sector investments require a lot of PPP. This is one sector where a lot of PPP opportunities are coming up now.
Sure. You were also talking about the infrastructure fund, IFMS or SM, sorry, whatever it is. Which sectors would these funds be mobilized into? You know, you've got a huge, you have about 20,000 crore you mentioned. Yeah. So, which would be the priority sectors?
Let me explain. This fund is an equity and equity lending